Hi, welcome to Time Value of Money. So we're just going to do a short video here on working with time value of money. So again, money has value, and that when we receive it has an impact on its value. So, you forego consumption today, you put money in a savings account, you wait a year, you collect interest on that. If you leave that for multiple years, typically you'll receive compound interest, which is you're going to get interest on that interest that you deposited in your account. So let's look at a timeline here. I'll just start that over here a bit. So we'll bring up a calculator here in a second. Okay, so today at time 0, we contribute $1,000 into a compounding account, and we collect 10% annual interest. All right, so it's an outflow, and this, we're putting that $1,000 in, but it's $1,000 sitting in the bank account. So we'll just look at that as 1,000 today. When we use the calculator, we show it as an outflow, and at the end of this, we'll have the total value. Okay, so we get to the end of year 1, so we've earned 10% interest over this period of time. Right, so we get 10% on 1,000, and we have $1,100. Okay, and if it was simple interest, you could take that $100 out, right? And you'd still have the 1,000 sitting there, but that would be simple interest. You get the interest every year. We typically just want to look at compounding it. All right, so in other words, we're going to leave that interest in the account to continually compound. Okay. So we get to the end of the second year. Again, the full $1,100 is sitting in the account. And so how much money are we going to have at that point? Well, we now have $1,100. This thing is working. Okay, so we have the $1,100, and we're going to end up with $1,210. So you can see I would just have $100 every year with simple interest, but now I've got the 100 in interest from year 1, and that's going to earn 10% interest. So I have $1,210 at the end of year 2. And we just continue this process. Let's go one more period. So we have year 3. And I'm going to just compound this again, so we have another 10% on the full balance. And I'm going to get $1,331. All right, so that's compound interest. So again, with simple interest, if you took that money out at the end of each year and took it and spent it, well, you'd only have the $1,000 sitting there every year. You'd only get that $100 every year. In finance, we're typically always looking at compound interest, but you should know the difference between simple versus compound. But unless it clearly says something different, always assume we're getting compounded interest on our investment. All right, so let's look at the calculator. How would we do this with our time value of function keys? We've seen that, well, we can do this, sort of one period at a time. And, if you got 2 or 3 periods, well, that's not too big a deal. But when you get, if you had 20 periods, well, this wouldn't be a lot of fun, right? So take your calculator, make sure you clear your time value of money. So hit the second, and then clear time value of money, so just above the future value key. So you hit second, clear time value of money, then you've got everything cleared out. All right, well, let's look at 3 years at 10% interest. We invested $1,000 at the beginning. Okay. So this is where I'm going to put an outflow in, and then I'll get a positive number for my future value. So just hit my negative sign. That's my present value today. Okay, so I've given up $1,000. Given it to the bank, and I'm going to invest it at 10% a year for the next 3 years. All right, so here I can enter my periods. So I've got 3 years. So I'm going to hit 3N as my number of periods. And I have an interest rate of 10%. So I'm just going to enter 10. So it's not 0.1, it's just the 10 is my IY. That's my interest rate per period, in this case annually. Now I can go ahead and figure out, well, how much am I going to have at the end of these 3 years? I'm going to compute my future value, and I get my same 1331. All right, so much easier in the calculator. You practice that a bit, and you'll get the same answer. And again, that's the basic time value of money. Hopefully this video was helpful, and look for more of them to come as we do more and more of these practice videos. All right, so bye for